It's not my day. ISO's still a little bit high. We're about to do the review of the Hubsan X4. What's up everybody and welcome back to the vlog. So today we're doing a review of the Hubsan X4 Plus. Sun's starting to go down. Been having a rough day today, but I wanted to get this thing out, give it some flight, give it some tests, and see how it flew. Did a giveaway of these the other day, put up 2 for a giveaway on Amazon, and when I checked it 2 days ago, only 19 people had entered, so stay tuned for the next giveaway. But this is one of the quadcopters that I gave away. It's the Hubsan X4 Plus. It's got some very bright LEDs on it, and it also has a decent size to it. So kind of played with this over the last couple of days. These LEDs are so bright. I can hold it this far off the ground and you can see the lights illuminating. I can hold it 3 feet off the ground, 2 feet off the ground. You can see the lights illuminating off the ground. So at night, if you want to fly this around in a darker area, you'll definitely have some orientation, the ability to tell your orientation because of the blue lights in the front and the red lights in the back. Comes with a joystick or game controller style controller. Nice digital trims on it, programmability, and as you can see, the stick is centered, which on most of the quadcopters I've shown you, it's not centered. It's at the bottom to arm it, and you got to go from the bottom to the top and then back down to arm it. On this one, it's centered, and it uses a barometer inside the quadcopter to judge the altitude. Play with it a couple times. Couldn't really trust it indoors because for some reason the barometer was always trying to adjust and it would actually go up and hit the ceiling. I had no real control over it when I tried to bring it back down. It wants to come down soft. It doesn't want to come down fast. It wants to come down like a more advanced quadcopter, like a DJI. And when you get it outdoors and you have some space, it still doesn't really want to hold, or not hold. It always, I guess, second guesses its altitude and tries to adjust for it. One thing that happened, I'm hoping it's not going to happen this time, is to land this, you also have to land it like a DJI quadcopter or drone, where you got to bring down the stick gradually and let it lower itself, and then once it hits the ground, it's supposed to shut itself off. But when it shot 20 feet up in the air, I tried to bring it down a little bit faster than I thought I could get. I thought I'd try to get down a little bit faster, and I pulled straight down on the stick. And when I touched the bottom, and I don't think it's supposed to do this, when I touched the bottom, it actually killed the motors about 15 feet off the ground, and it dropped to the ground into the grass. No damage, but again, didn't expect it. I'm going to get some flight in with it. I'm also going to show you, before I do some flight, to arm this. I'm not going to try it now. What you do is just like another, I guess, a DJI style quadcopter or some of the more advanced quadcopters. To arm it, you got to pull both sticks down and then inside to the 2 corners. And then also to kill the motors and emergency motor kill, you do the same thing. So let's get it up and flying. It's a little bit breezy. I got a breeze coming from the back, yeah. So hopefully it holds itself well. But you push both sticks in, arms the motors. I'm gonna hold out like this so you can kind of see it, and then you get up off the ground, and there you go. So as you can see, like, I'm pulling down on the stick to try to lower it right now because it was kind of giving itself some altitude, and it is sort of fluctuating its height. When I pull down, you hear it revving up and down, but this thing is super duper quiet, everyone. See how it's fluctuating? That's me pulling down. It's trying to keep itself up, but I'm pulling down, so it should actually be lowering itself. Another thing was I tried to land it by bringing it straight down, and when I got it to the ground the last time, the motors did not kill. It just sat in the grass without the motors killing. Oh, I guess I got to hold it down for 3 seconds. So actually that worked. So the last time I tried to do it, the motors didn't kill, and as soon as I let the stick go, it raised itself back up in the air. So let's fire it back up. Let's get it out of the grass. And let's fire it back up and get it up. So it has an advanced mode and a novice mode, and you can actually bump up the advanced mode through the programming of the controller. It's actually in the manual. As you can see, it's starting to bump itself up and down, but the pirouette rates on it and pirouette rates on it right now are very, very slow, and it flies more like a camera drone than a sport drone. So very slow pirouette weights, very smooth, very stable. If this thing had a camera in it, it would make a great little selfie drone. It's kind of small, the controller's not that big, and it actually holds itself pretty good at an altitude. Once you take your hands off the sticks, it doesn't really move. Let's flip it into advanced mode right now. I got the 2 beeps, that's in advanced mode, and as you can see, even though with the advanced mode on, it really doesn't have extreme pitch or fast movements when you go left and right and back and forth. Again, that's me pulling down on it, it's fluctuating again. Let's just fly some circuits with it real quick. And like I said, with the barometer, you don't have to worry about the rudder affecting your altitude like you do with some of the other quadcopters where you get kind of stuck. Bring it a little bit closer. I can get this thing really close to the ground and mess with the rudder and not worry about it dropping. It actually has heading lock mode or heading lock mode. And it, like I said, it's super quiet. If you do have a bigger living room with a very high ceiling, you could fly this indoors. Once it finds its position, it kind of stays there, but it's always guessing its position. So I'll show you what I mean by when I did the flip with it. Okay, I didn't do the flip fast enough, so let's do it again. See, there you go. It raises itself up into the air. Pretty high. And it's getting caught right now in the breeze, and I'm trying to bring it down, but I'm not trying to kill the motors too. So this is actually becoming full stick, and it's gradually lowering itself. It lowers itself pretty slow. And the barometer's actually taking it way up right now. It's not even me. So I'm trying to bring it back down. Like I said, that barometer's just not predictable. It just shot this thing way up in the sky, and it's not bringing it down. I don't like that at all. I don't like the barometer feature. For some reason, it just takes off on you. It gets up in the air. So let's get it close to the ground and see how it's fluctuating again. Let's see. So yeah, you get it nice and close to the ground. Oh, it's getting close to the ground now. I'm gonna bring it up to about a foot off the ground. If I can get this thing closer. Get off the foot off the ground, and you can fly some nice phones with it. And I'm actually fighting the breeze right now, so it doesn't seem like it, but there's a little bit of a breeze coming from behind me. But yeah, it is super duper quiet. Trying to hold it in front of the other camera, but it's fluctuating. I don't trust it as an indoor quad though, because it just takes off on you and gets up in the air and then won't come back down. But stability and quietness are great. Another thing you can't do is you can't hand catch it because it doesn't shut off like a normal quadcopter. Again, you got to bring it down to the ground and hold it down for 2 seconds, or hold the props in to kill the motor. So it is freezing out here. My thumbs are actually frozen right now. So yeah, like I said, it has its nice features, but it just misses on a couple things to me. I think the control is really off. Like I said, when it has a barometer in, I expect it to hold its position or hold its altitude. If this were my Mavic, or if this was a DJI Phantom and it constantly shot itself up in the air, that would be a crappy product. The only thing about this is it only costs $17. So if I think I pay $17 for it and what it can do, it may be a good deal. Like I said, you get a nice, decent controller with decent programmability to it. You also get a decent quad that has very bright lights on it, a nice big 520 milliamp battery, super quiet. It flies very, very smooth and very, very stable. I mean, if you're trying to find something that you could practice off of to move up to a bigger, more advanced quadcopter like a DJI Phantom, this is a pretty good option to me. And you don't have the GPS. They also have like a version like this, I think, that has a camera on it too. This is why this one probably costs less, because it doesn't have a camera. But I mean, I like it, but like I said, it misses too much for me. For $17, it's worth to give it a shot, give it a try. There's a lot of product and part support out there for the Hubsan quadcopters, a lot of parts, so you can go out and switch these out if anything breaks on it. But like I said, if I'm out here flying it and then I do a flip with it, or I'm trying to learn and I do a flip with it, it takes it 15 feet up in the air. Even though I've been flying RC for a while, it still catches me off guard. And the fact that when it gets up in the air, it doesn't want to come straight down. So it seems like the barometer almost, unless it was getting caught in the breeze, the barometer almost affects the control a little bit because it's trying to keep itself level. I would get it up in the air, and while I'm trying to fly it out that way, it didn't feel like it was flying out that way. Even though I'm trying to bring it down, I felt like I had to fight it to keep it in control. Would I pay more than 17 bucks for it? Would I pay 20 bucks for it? No, I would go out and buy a Fury B, or, you know, before that, the F36, probably throw an FPV camera on it and play around with it. They also have heading lock and return to home. I don't think this one has return to home. Didn't see that in the manual. The Fury B and the F36 have a return to home button, which doesn't really return it back to you. It returns it back to the direction in which it took off. But you know, it's up to you. Hopefully, you know, my information will give you enough information to go out and make an informed purchase if you want to buy one of these. So hopefully you got a better view than me doing the little sit down views in front of the backdrop. I got out here and got some time in. It's freezing cold, so I'm gonna get back in. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for your support. Stay tuned for the next giveaway. Like I said, I got a lot of giveaways to give away. I got quadcopters all over the place in there. I just haven't had time to get them all together. Appreciate you watching. I'll get back to you soon. Bye.